In this story, the protagonists remember with disdain a jarring instance of rape culture. The Adventures of Pyroclast Dragonlord, Homophobia Ahead. Hundreds of perfectly closed copper links and hooking clumps of slightly open links lay scattered across the damaged mahogany table. The smell of sharp oxidation clung to the air and coated my fingertips. My copper hauberk lay heavily in my lap. Slowly, delicately, I twisted a link together, closing the seam. I ran my thumb over my work to judge the quality. Dutifully, calculatingly, I matched the next 4 links on the seam and hooked another open copper hoop through them. Examining the positioning closely, lest one mistake twist my efforts, I clasped the pliers. Eerie cellos of Time's End moaned in the background. I tilted one pliers up and snaked the other down, perfectly gripping the single open link without hooking the hauberk. Biting my lip, I applied the perfect pressure and torque. The front door banged open. I jerked, and the pliers slipped, almost stabbing into my wrist. 15 pounds of hauberk took the opportunity to unceremoniously slide off my lap and fold up in a jingling mess on the floor. My jaw set in annoyance. I looked up. In the frame of the front door, the most miserable expression gazed back at me. Skyrunner in a mass of platinum curls and waving dress verged on tears. "Pie?" she pleaded. "Am I racist?" I have no idea the expression I must have made, but the pause seemed sufficient. I pulled the limp armor back onto my lap. "Little bit." Sky collapsed into the rocking chair in an avalanche of self-loathing. Taking my time with it, I untangled the shirt and folded it into a loaf of metal. "What happened?" Slouched on the most comfortable and most vivid blue cushion in existence, Sky stared at the ceiling. "There was this girl with really pretty white nails, and I thought the color looked good because she's black, but then I realized that was racist, and then I thought about how I can't be racist because I like to play a black countess in Dungeon Defenders, as if that excuses anything, and I wondered if some people wish they had been born a different race, like some people feel they were born the wrong sex, which is so insensitive to both racial and gender inequalities, which reminded me of the last time I ever called someone the F word, which just concluded the fact that I need to spend an eternity researching white cis privilege because I'm a horrible person." "I heard you say fuck just this morning," I responded. "Oh, the other F word," she mumbled. "The homophobic one." "Oh." "Eh, sounds like you've got a handle on it." I took a swig of bitter tea. "Go to the internet, find out why what you said feels racist, learn not to be insensitive." Sky heaved a pathetic sigh. "The real question is," I looked at her, "what happened the last time you called someone that F word?" She moaned. I smiled for story time. Sky rolled her head to look at me without having to sit up. "Do you remember the days when the DDR machine would eat a quarter and someone would complain, 'Ugh, gay'? Or at the end of a round you'd say, 'You beat me,' and they'd say, 'Ha, you got raped'?" I ran my tongue over one of my canine teeth, anger cropping up all over again. "I don't miss our childhood." "Well," she continued, "I was telling a friend a story. I don't even remember what it was about, just that someone I knew had pissed me off royally, and I was saying, he's just so... I needed some nasty word. He's just a huge... any word offensive enough. Then I practically shouted that word. But when I turned to see if my friend agreed that the person in my story was just so unnice that they deserved offensive words..." Here, Sky's voice wavered a bit. The expression on his face held nothing but shock and alienation. At that moment, I learned something I didn't know about that friend. Guilt hardened her voice. And he never talked to me again. I sipped at the tea. but it didn't cure the dryness in my throat. Rightfully so, I said. Rightfully so, she agreed.
The Adventures of Pyroclast Dragonlord are written and read by Margaret Louise Hutton. If you would like to buy Pyroclast's hauberk,
Actually, I would legit sell that.
Visit our Patreon page. Donate $1 to receive your 18-pound copper hauberk made by Pyroclast herself.
No.